So hello everyone. So in this video we will learn about the challenges that we face during the ERP implementation. Okay. So the logic behind the ERP implementation is like most of the company think that their business will be streamlined after the ERP implementation. To some extent you can say that it is true and okay that by implementing the ERP some of the process will be streamlined. Okay. So the most challenges that we face during the ERP implementation is the process, because every company need to run through certain rules and regulations, certain process. Okay, so there are so many companies, those who know that some process are lacking, they need to change some process on all these things, but still they do not adopt the standard operating procedures. Okay, and which create huge problems and challenge during the ERP implementation. So when you are implementing ERP, basically you are saying or you are adopting a technology which pull you toward a proper process. Okay, so if you do not want to adopt those process, but I have seen there are so many companies, those who are very good and interested in managing the only finance part, but rest of the things, if you see that, like the inventory, the HR management, the manufacturing, so all those things are still managed in Excel sheet. Okay, so the first and the foremost thing that you are going to face while you are doing the implementation in your company, that is a process. So when you are consulting with the ERP consultant or with anyone, okay, so first try to understand what are the process that you have to develop first. Okay, then once your process are properly developed and it is in place, then you can configure your ERP to adopt those process. And in some of the cases there is no means like problem if you do not have any process, then you can communicate with your ERP implementer, because ERP is already developed through a process. Without process, ERP cannot be developed. Okay, so of course if it is a standard process, then there are so many processes are already inbuilt. Okay, so if you consult with the ERP consultant or equity 60 consultant, then they will guide you how to develop your process in the sense, like I'm saying, when you are talking about the finance, when you are talking about the sales, when you are talking about the HR, when you are talking about manufacturing, so everything have to come to a certain rules and regulations. Okay, so if you're making any sales, then the first thing is the lead. Okay, then once lead is coming, then you have to forward the quotation. Then if the quotation is approved, then it will go for the sales order. And if it is a service or if it is a product based sales order that you have to deliver, then it will go to the means like your warehouse request. Okay, then they will prepare for the delivery. Once the delivery is prepared, then you will define like, yes, I need to have the advance also to process this order, all these things. Okay, so those things are known as a process, that how you want to fulfill a order, either it's an incoming order or it's an outgoing order. Incoming order, when I'm saying, it is like a purchase kind of, and outgoing is like when you are making a sales order. Okay, so that need to have a streamlined process defined, so that your user do not get confused at what to do this situation in what to do in that situation. Suppose for example, I'm saying in a very simple, I'm giving you a very simple example. Suppose for example you are saying that if any new customers come for the first time, then for every order, for every new customer, you have to generate the advance payment, then only you have to process. But now if you keep it only in your mind and it is not configured in ERP, and you are hiring new people to operate those things. Okay, so people will ask you all the time, the MD or the management level, that how to process this first order. So if you keep it configured in your ERP only, then that people will be your people will be not in a confusing stage. They will be very clear that yes, for the first order, for the first 3-4 orders, we have to take the advance. Okay, so they will just talk to the client according to that only. So that's how process going to help you, if you have already process developed or that's in process is in your place. The second problem is the manpower problem. Okay, so before understanding the exact manpower problem, let's understand what type of manpower we need actually during the implementation of ERP. So there are two types of manpower requirement is there. One is for the functional consultant and second one is a technical consultant. Okay, so technical is like who will check the feasibility, or they will have the technical background like software engineering and this kind of, who can customize the software, who can do the reprogramming if required in any cases. Okay, so you will need very less their support at the time of implementations, but the functional consultant is the guy who will guide you throughout all the processes that AQT 60 have or any ERP have. Okay, so that functional consultant need to have the business process in and out ideas also, and how to do this in a particular ERP like AQT 60, this kind of. Okay, so the functional guy is responsible for mapping up your entire process. Okay, So sometimes what happens, functional guy can be from your company also, who have better understanding of accounting or HR or all these things kind of, okay. So nowadays we have seen that there are a lot of manpower are there in the company, but they are not aware about the process. Okay, so even if you see any manpower is there or any consultant is there with you who is working as your functional consultant or the technical consultant, ask them or just evaluate their knowledge, that whether they are fully capable or understanding, they have proper understanding of business process or not, okay. Because ultimately if they are not well equipped with the business process, or they are not understanding what is the debit credit, or you can say means like stock in and out, stock valuation method like FIFO, LIFO, moving average, what all these things are, okay. So then your system is not going to work properly, okay. So first make sure that whoever is working with you, they have proper knowledge, okay. And also there are so many people, those who are thinking that they will immediately hire manpower from the market and they can do their implementation in a proper way. So as per my experience for the ERP, neither our college are providing the proper educations, okay, nor any other third-party institutes. Those were just like vocational training, they are also not providing any training to understand the ERP concept. They are associated with a particular ERP brands, okay, but they're not providing you the exact business process, what it should be and how it should work like, okay. So do not just think of that if you can hire MBA students or if you hire BBA students or anyone, okay, so that is going to solve your problem. It is not going to happen, okay. So do not mess up with your manpower from the recruitment, okay. Just so now we understood what the challenges that we face during the ERP implementation, okay. So to overcome all those things, first you have to prepare your process, okay. And the process will be, it is not like that you have just designed your process and you have just it's like you can design anything. It is not like that, okay. So every business, if you want to compete with the international brand or if you want to expand your business, okay, so then you have to follow some standard rules and regulations which is common for all the businesses, so that you can communicate with them properly, okay. So in the terms of process, so what we are saying about the process repeatedly, right? Process is like, suppose if you make any sales, okay, then how your sales initiate the process, like the first the lead, then the quotation, and the quotation will go for the approvals. If it is approved, then it will go for the means like for sales order. Once the sales order is received, then your company is deciding if the order is for the first step from this particular party, then you need to have advance payment. And if the order is directly from existing client, then advance is not required, it is optional. Okay, then once the advance is received, then it will go for the delivery. Or if you are in a manufacturing, then it will go to the manufacturings. Okay, the work order or the bill of material, this kind of, okay. And then once all those things are done, then it will go for the delivery and then the invoice, okay. So like that, you can see if your sales processes are already defined, okay, and your team know that how we have to do the sales or we have to do the purchase, then it will erase a lot of confusion between your teams. So they will not keep on pinging the administrator or the management that now this order is coming, whether we have to take the advance or not, all those things kind of, okay. So process is not only like it is required for the ERP, it is also required in your organization to streamline your process and erase the confusion between the teams. And also process helps you to growth, to expand your business, because once your business is properly in line, okay, so you just have to recruit your team and expand your business, keep on going like that, okay. But even if you if you're not if your processes are not in place, then this will create a lot of confusions, okay, between the teams, what to do with if the new sales is there, if the customer is asking for any discount, if you have to make any additional decisions which required only the administrations, or you can say like management team, all those things kind of, okay. So in management team, what happens, they are not available all the times, but your processes are also not defined properly. So what those people will do, okay. So that's why it is very much important to have proper process in place and just educate your people according to that process. And some people I have also noticed, they keep on changing their decisions all the time. So just you being in an administrative positions or in an MD level positions, it is easy for you to change the process because you have the full rights and authority to change anything in the company. But just imagine a guy who is just doing some entries for the sales and all these things, and he made some discount or anything, and suddenly you have changed those things. Okay, so now just for those person, it is not that easy to change any decisions or to adopt your the changes that you have done in the recent time without informing them. Okay, so sometimes we have noticed that higher authority people are not informing their candidates also proper how to adjust with the new process. Okay, so whenever you are changing the process, make sure streamlines or means like time frames are defined there, that in this time we will change the rules and regulation, and we will give you the notifications, or we will update you for the emails or anything. Okay, then it will be easy for you to communicate with your team, and your team will be more robust and more kind of productive. Okay, productive, as like they will not have any confusions, because most of the company that we have noticed that people are confused. Your lower level people are confused what to quote, how to give the discounts and all this, because everything is kept within the management team. Okay, and that's how your business is is struggling to stream, even if you're thinking to streamline the business, but those things, there's a confusion between the team which is pulling you behind from expanding the business. So the first thing is that you have to make it clear is the process management. Okay, and then the proper manpower placement. In some of the cases we have noticed they just hire people without checking the their minimum requirement analysis and their analytical skills, all those things. They just hire and place a manpower, and the MD or management team will keep on engaged with those guys that how to do all those things. Okay, but in this case you have to check some of the quality. Okay, whatever you need, so you have to standardize the process even for your recruitment also. That's how this HR come into the picture. Okay, so in this kind of, so this video is mostly related to what are the challenges that we face during the ERP implementations. Okay, so for the next video you can stay tuned, where we will discuss about how to develop the process. Okay, thank you.